Hi everyone, and welcome to part 4 of our series this week. We have a guiding question that we've been focusing on. Should athletes be considered role models? Today in class, you all did a little bit of reading about a professional golfer, Tiger Woods, and you learned a little bit about a situation that he faced a few years back that kind of brought into question people's respect of Mr. Woods as a person, and therefore caused a bit of a rift in terms of his career and sponsorships and support surrounding his career. Your job today in class, in addition to reading the 2 texts that I assigned you, was to take notes on your Cornell notes and to determine which side you stood on. You created a stance statement where you said which side you were on, and you used support from the text to prove and support your side. Today in class, you guys are going to look at something a little bit different, just a little different. This week we've primarily been looking at the behaviors of professional athletes to determine whether or not they should be considered as role models. What we're going to do today, though, is something a little bit left of that. We're going to look at the behaviors of a league to determine whether or not athletes should be role models, or to what degree we respect professional athletes. I'm talking or specifically referring to the relationship between the NBA and the WNBA. Your reading today is going to focus on the payment of athletes in both leagues. Both athletes are professionals. Both athletes have been widely respected in their field and also playing for many years. I want to play a quick clip for you all today about a professional athlete named Diana Taurasi. Now, for those of you that don't know, Diana Taurasi is a professional basketball player in the WNBA. She's very respected and has been playing for the better part of 11 years. Many of you might not know that Ms. Taurasi also plays professional basketball elsewhere in the world. And in fact, she's made a huge decision this year that's got the whole league of the WNBA kind of shaken up and really on their toes. Take a listen.
I think Diana Taurasi has always wanted to play year-round and play the winter season, play the summer season, even though it's a grind and it's tough on her body. And I think her club teams have always considered paying her to sit out because, she'll come back fresh and she won't be injured. But Taurasi loves Phoenix and she loves playing, so it was never something she wanted to do. All right, well, now fast forward 11 years in the WNBA, almost 1,000 professional games, and she has the opportunity to make more money to not play and to rest and to get her body right than she would make this year in the WNBA, making $107,000 approximately for this season. And I think at this point in her career and for the longevity purposes, it was the right decision for her.
That was the voice of an individual from Headline News, so that's where that came from. But I did want to just briefly speak to you about this before you get into your reading for the day. So, Diana Taurasi won't be playing in the WNBA during this season, this 2015 season, which is a big deal. As the young lady explained, Ms. Taurasi is being paid by her other team to not play for the WNBA. What is also interesting is that the amount of money that they're paying Ms. Taurasi, although high comparably in the WNBA, is not that high of a salary with the standards of the NBA. Your reading today is going to do a lot more outlining of this, more numerically correct. You guys know that I struggle with math. That's not my thing. But there are going to be some facts and figures that I think you'll find very interesting in today's reading. Similarly to yesterday, you are going to create a stance statement. The difference today is that you're going to use what you read. You're going to use the notes that you take on your Cornell notes to determine your own stance just based on one set piece of information. So the text that I gave you today is unbiased. It's not supposed to tell you you should believe this or you should believe that. You have to determine what it is you believe based on what it is that you read. The statement that you create could have a very wide range. So on the one hand, you might have an opinion or strong feelings about the amount of money that one league is getting paid versus the other. You might have strong feelings about the amount of time that players in the WNBA play during a year and the amount of time that players in the NBA play during a year. One might be too much, one might be not enough. It's up to you. Your point, though, is that you want... Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. The point, though... Excuse me about that. The point, though, is that you want to create your own stance. So create your own statement that explains a stance or an opinion based on the reading work that you do today in class. I'm really looking forward to what you all come up with. I'm looking forward to reading your original stance statements. And this is the work that we're doing here, the heart of this, that's going to take us into not only the rest of the unit, but into some work that I think that you guys are really going to like as I return. Okay, you guys get right into it. Good luck, and I will see you soon.